So, ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 of PTUC and MOYAI. Let's see how the teams do. So, for the side of PTUC, we've got Z42, Gdansk, Ledge Gearing, Worcester, Ledge Moskva, San Martin, Venezia, Ohio, and Burgon. For the side of MOYAI, we've got Ledge Gear, Gdansk, Daring, Kleber, Minnow, Ledge Moskva, Napoli, Montana. So let's see how they're going to play. A couple interesting thoughts as we play this map here. Double Montana versus Ohio Borg, Moskva, Minnow, Gdansk versus Gdansk, Moskva, Worcester. So a little bit of tweaks there and there. Venezia versus Napoli. Similar, but different. Let's see how they're going to spread out before we make a decision on stuff. Okay, so as I look here, it's a very slow start positionally wise. Interesting things I'm seeing. Heavy push and quick push towards A for the side of PTUC. They want to take the Venezia, the Gdansk, the Z42, the Gearing. They want to take that cap and quick. They're looking to try to use the Gdansk as a quick murder. Interesting for the side of MOYAI that we've got the Kleber Daring going into B. Towards B. Kleber might cut towards A, but it looks like he's trying to sit there to try to help the Daring take B. And then almost nothing heading towards C for the side of PTUC. This is a long... This is a very small amount going to C. So we're just going to watch, because right now it's kind of about all the positioning being set up. Looks like the San Martin is going to go to C, but he and an Ohio aren't going to beat a Montana Napoli. And so as we look forward, let's see. So we got the shots in on the Montana. Montana takes a little bit, but he's going to be in position to smack that Moskva. Push it A. Here it is. The Gdansks and the Z42s are going to find each other fairly soon if they're not careful. Venezia is going to be very well primed to just absolutely smash one of those DDs if not careful. Okay, Gdansk gets spotted. There's that smack I'm talking about. Takes a chunk down to 19.5, and that's why you gotta be careful. Neither radar used Z42 taking advantage of its lower detection range to get that spot, and that is, like I said, we gotta be careful. Gdansk will spot the Z42 in return. Shots out, but how much will they get on him? Shots are in on the Z42. Gdansk trying to get as much as he can. Radar already down, but he gets a really good salvo in there. In return, gets the Z42 for 8k, and Gdansk spotted, but so is, both are spotted actually, so this becomes interesting. Gearing moves forward, Minnow moves forward. This is becoming an all-out brawl very quickly. MOYAI does take the worst end of the trade for the moment, because they have 14k off of their Gdansk, whereas the Z42 has only lost 8k and about 3.5, 4k on the other Gdansk. But that's going to be intense fights. And we look over here into mid. Gearing is being spotted. Daring is trying to farm, and Moskva's got 20 seconds left on the radar. And now the Wooster of Maj Soldier trying to put the shots in. He starts to get the shots on the Daring. Huudin Kyoma taking damage as well, and this fight is breaking out fast. Gearing down to 16-7, takes the worst end of that trade, but there's a lot. And we gotta watch this Moskva. Moskva down to 50k already, hasn't used the heal yet. We gotta watch the Montana continuing to just smack the Moskva. As long as he can see him. Because this is a lot here. Now, interesting. Oh, and they get the Z42 over here courtesy of the Minnow radar. There's fights going on all over the place. I don't even have a second to think. Looking at C, Colbert rotates over to C now, so they're going to try to take it because the San Martin and Ohio have peeled off. The Napoli's going to get the edge and just challenge the edge. But early kill to MOYAI puts this in a very good spot for them. So, Gdansk took another chunk there. Montana takes a bit of a hit. Gearing of Brody fighting surprise. And watch the Montana shots here if they hit. This is going to hurt. Looks like the shots might take one or two. Nope. No hits. Minnow starts putting the shells in, but he's not getting the hits. And this just becomes interesting. Because... oh, and the Gearing goes down to a torp. Daring launches the torps ram. The Gearing takes one, and I was going to say, it's a narrow favor for MOYAI because the first DD kill, but that one, that gives them a free access to B. Moskva has the radar, yes, but you force that, you bait that Moskva radar out, in 2 minutes you have the cap. And so now, PTUC's looking for, how do you get back into this? And this is where their strategy is a problem. You don't have access to A, because you only got a Gdansk and a Venezia. You have B, but you're going to have the Daring push in and force the radars out. You don't have access to C, because it's a Colbert and Napoli, so right now, where do you go to try to get the access? You don't have anything super low, but you need to find and make an advantage, otherwise it's over. And you could see still here, Montana putting shots out onto the Moskva, getting damage. Not a ton there, but like I said, look. MOYAI goes in here. Moskva may radar. And there's the radar, but it's 35 seconds. Once that radar's down, there's no way to stop the cap. And Silverlick is betting on him being able to use this island for cover, though I don't know if that's actually going to work with the Wooster. We'll see what the Wooster chooses to do. Wooster hasn't shot yet, and so now it's 500 to 237, and you start to run into the problem of you're going to get timed out quickly with 330 left, and you might get points out, actually, if you're really not careful. I mean, Napoli's going to continue to engage the San Martin. Shots go in down to 37-8. I'm just, like I said, I'm looking for the way in. You have to think it's going to be a play at A. You're going to try to kill off the Montana here because you got the Montana down to 35,000 already. Make that 28,000. Ooh, big hit back on Maj Soldier. But if you can't get in there, you've got to worry about the Minnow. You need to dev strike the Minnow. If you don't dev strike the Minnow,
everything is at stake.
Heal yourself is just going to do work this entire time. And you can see the Wooster just having to retreat, and it's like I said, where's the entry back in? You probably shove the Ohio into C here at some point because you're going to have to, but look, you got a mostly full health Napoli, mostly full health Colbert. full health Monty, and you got the Daring moving over even. It's just, you're going to run out of space real quick. 5k off the Napoli's a nice hit. But now M92 just starts to work on the San Martin. And big hit on the San Martin there. San Martin down to 14k and he has to heal. 2 minutes left. And at this point, I'm willing to call it, actually. Your Venezia is not in position to move in. Your Gdansk's not in position to move in. Your Burgone's not in position. Your Worcester's been neutered health-wise. You're going to shove the Ohio in. This will buy you a little bit of time. But realistically, how much time is this actually going to buy you? Especially with the Montana just starting to work on your San Martin again. Gets another 7k. San Martin down, takes another 7k. Another 3k. He doesn't have a heal for 150 seconds. He doesn't have a DCP. And ladies and gentlemen, he's just going to take the Torp. He has no way to dodge it. And that is a dead San Martin. A minute 43. And now I said, you push the Ohio into the Ohio's going to just die. And you're not going to get to another cap in time. Even with the Burgone speed boosting, Burgone either dies or has to pull off because he just won't. The heal finishes right here. Here come the heavy-duty Torps. We'll keep an eye out on that Ohio, but actually this Burgone needs to be very worried about the Torps. Because he's going to take one. He might dodge the second, but look, it's forced him off where he wanted to go. Moskva moves in. They're trying to use Moskva to get in on a cap, but it's, once again, they're desperately pushing, but it's a minute, and they don't have the health. They don't have the ships. They don't have, most importantly, the DDs. That's the real problem, is that they lost the 2 DDs. And the gearing eating the Torp is absolutely the difference right now. You can see the Gdansk just spamming the Burgone down. Remember, Burgone doesn't have the heal. He doesn't have any way. This is just going to be a dead Burgone here in a second. And ladies and gentlemen, that will do it. MOYAI will take game 1, and they will be up 1-0 in the series. There's the kill, and your winner is MOYAI.